we go. I've welcome to talk to Trev. I've got Tom. Is it Tom Naumann?
Right.
Tom Naumann from the legend metal band from Germany, Primal Fear. Tom, how are you doing, man?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you very much. Just off air, you were asking how's life in South Africa and that you've never been. We would love to see Primal Fear out in South Africa.
I've never been to Africa at all.
You'll have to change that, I think.
Yeah, I think I've been around the world, like Japan and Asia and North America, South America, and Europe and all the stuff, but Australia, but we've never been to Africa. And I would love to go to South Africa because I would love to see white sharks.
Ah, the great white sharks. Okay, cage diving.
Yeah.
You'd love to do that?
I think I would be scared, but I think I would love to do it because I would love to see them real close.
Yeah, yeah. A bucket list moment for you then.
Okay.
Tom, I just wanted to find out about the album, which is called Metal Commando, and it's coming out this year.
It's coming out July 24th in Europe and the rest of the world. I don't know when it will come out in Africa or if it comes out in South Africa at all. So it will be released on July 24th, and we are really looking forward for the release because I think that we recorded a kick-ass album and we can hardly wait to present it to our fans worldwide.
Well, you've released a video for "I Am Alive." Is that the first single of the album? Then
we did a video lyric before that called "Along Came the Devil,"
right?
And "I Am Alive" was the first real single, so to say. And we are going to release a second single real soon called "Hear Me Calling." And as far as I know, is that we will meet in a couple of days to shoot another video for a song called, The Lost and Forgotten, I guess.
Okay. It's I'll tell you what, I've just usually when I do these like interviews, podcast things, what I do is to get into the zone, I listen to the previous album. And Apocalypse came out in 2018, and I was surprised at how fucking phenomenal that album is. And I'm hearing people say Metal Commando is even more phenomenal than Apocalypse. What can we expect?
We are Primal Fear. We are doing our stuff for more than 20 years right now, and we always try to improve ourselves and to take it to the next step, to another level. So this time I think we have a great mixture of songs. We have like a real ballad with acoustic guitar in it. We have songs with pounding drums, really groovy songs. We have fast songs, and I think we have a couple of the fastest songs we ever wrote. And we have a epic track called Infinity, which is like 13 minutes long. And I think it will sum up all the stuff that Primal Fear is known for. And we are really proud to take it to the next level this time. And I hope we can continue to write songs and to produce and record stuff on this high level.
How do you guys keep coming up with stuff? Is it a chemistry between the other band mates and members and so on?
It is. This is like if you write a song, you start with a simple idea, like playing on your guitar on your couch or on your terrace or in your studio. And then you think, oh, that's a nice riff. And then you record that riff, and then maybe you lay it away for a couple of weeks, and then you thought, oh, that was a nice riff, so maybe I can work on that. Sometimes you have an idea, and it's really the ideas explode, and you have a song in between 15 minutes. And then I record the stuff, and then I go to Matt or to Ralph, and then we finish the vocal lines and the lyrics together. And so everybody got his ideas, and I think we as a songwriter team, we are pretty good because we come up with something new every now and then. And Ralph puts his feelings in the song and his ideas and all the stuff, and Matt is doing finishing touches on my ideas, and Matt is writing songs together with Matt, and then I hear the song and I bring in some ideas. So it's like a good mixture of everybody brings in ideas and brings in his personality or favorite stuff like melodies or heavy stuff and double bass stuff. So it's a mixture of everybody in the band who brings in ideas and his personal stuff. So you can't really tell if it's how do you write a song. Sometimes it's like a spontaneous stuff, and sometimes you really need to work for weeks on a riff or on a chorus or something like that.
Right. And as you were saying earlier, 22 years and 13 studio albums. I mean, that's a lifetime. That's
a long time. I never expected that this band will last that long. So because we started it, but to be honest, like Ralph was in Gamma Ray, and then he got the chance to join Judas Priest, and Matt and I, we played in Sinner, and then we thought, because we played with Ralph in a tribute band called Just Priest, because the guitar player and the bass player, they were not available on that date because I think the guitar player married that day. And so I joined the band and Matt joined the band, and after we played that show with a lot of classic Priest tunes, we asked ourselves, why are we not writing songs by ourselves? We live in the same city. Let's just sit down and write a couple of songs. And that's how Primal Fear started.
Wow.
And it was in 1996 or 1997 when we first got together. And it was the time of grunge. So nobody really was interested in power metal, true metal, heavy metal, whatever you may call it. So we were totally surprised that we got signed by Nuclear Blast. And as we released the first album, it went into the charts, and then the whole history of Primal Fear started. We played the first shows together, the first tour, then we played all the huge festivals in Europe, and the band got bigger and bigger. But to be honest, we never expected it by the time that we were so successful, and we're still going strong after 22 years, and we're still friends, and it's now like it's half of my life I'm spending with Primal Fear right now.
It's a crazy thing to think about, all those years together. I mean, you guys have done some serious tour schedules and so on. I mean, what is the biggest show that you can remember?
The biggest show? I think we got a lot of great shows. Wacken was a great show, and we played Hellfest 2 years ago in France. That was really nice. We played a festival in Sao Paulo, which was totally awesome. There was like a 2-day festival with Accept, Kiss, Motorhead, Judas Priest. I don't know.
Wow.
I remember. But it was like, we got a lot of nice picture of that. But to be honest, I would rather love to play more the intimate stuff, where you can have contact with the fans and the audience. And it's not about like playing in front of 1,000 people, but you don't have the possibility to get really in contact with them because the stage is so huge and everything is so huge and big, and it's really, sometimes it's scary because when you're on stage you hardly see Alex on the other side of the stage because it's so huge.
Wow.
And but I love to play club shows as well because I love to have contact with the fans, to talk to them, to change beers or water or whatever, or ask them some stuff if you like the songs. And so that's, for me, it's also pretty cool because when I'm on stage personally, my aim is to give the fans or the audience a good time so that they can forget their private problems for 1.5 hours and they go out of the venue with a smile on their face.
And talking of tours, are we going to see Primal Fear out this year, or is it also rescheduled to next year?
I think it's rescheduled to February. But, like all this, the virus is all stopping us, and we're sitting there and we can do nothing, except that Matt and I decided to write a new Sinner album in August and September and record it. So we can have something to do.
Wow!
But I think that the album the tour will be rescheduled to February. But we all do not know right now if it will be possible to tour in February because the virus does not stop on New Year's Eve. So we have to wait and
absolutely,
So we all hope for the best in 2021, but who can tell right now? So we just sit there and. Fucking the dog.
Nuclear Blast, you've re-signed with them again for this album. How's that going now?
As we as our contract was over in 2006, I guess, so we got a great offer from Frontiers Records, and that's why we changed the record company. And now after so many years with Frontiers Records, our contract was over and we got an offer from NUCLEAR BLAST, and we were still friends with a lot of guys from NUCLEAR BLAST, and we are happy to work with them together. And, you know, like Frontiers Records is in Italy, which is like, I don't know, 1,000 kilometers away from our hometown.
Yep.
And now NUCLEAR BLAST is like 40 kilometers away. So if there's a problem or if we need something, we just have a 30 minutes ride, and then we can talk face to face. And it's great to be back because it's the biggest metal label in the world, and we are proud to be back, and we are really looking forward to work with them together. And I think that this cooperation will also give us a push.
And how long did it take to record Metal Commando?
We're pretty fast, because normally we start recording our ideas as a demo at home, and it's already a good quality, and then we just go into the studio with Michael Herrera for the first time.
Yeah.
We went to Denmark to Jacob Hansen's studio, and we recorded the drums, I think, in 4 days.
Okay.
So Michael went in, and I think he recorded the drums in 4 days.
Wow.
And then we started working on bass and rhythm guitars. And then Alex, Matt, and we went to the studio of our front of house mixing guy, Basil Röder, in Kempten, which is like 1.5 hour ride in the mountains in Allgäu.
Nice.
But I don't think that you will remember Allgäu. And we stayed there for 2 days and recorded our lead tracks there, and we had a lot of fun, and it was really inspiring and funny, and we had a great time there. And in the meantime, Ralph sang all his vocal stuff at home in his studio. So it was like overall maybe like a 2-month recording session.
Right.
And then in the beginning of February, we went to Denmark to check on Hansen, Matt and Ralph, and they mixed the album there. And it took like 1 week or so, and then the album was finished, and yeah.
Wow, I mean, that's super quick.
Yeah. You know,
considering it does take some bands like 8 years to come up with a new album.
Yeah, but like if you take like AC/DC or so like that, they are on tour for 2.5 years or whatever. And look, we are all getting old, and I was a fan of AC/DC when I was young. Now I'm in the 50s, and I think that Angus is in the 60s, so they need some time to recover and all the stuff, and then they enjoy their life right now, because they made it really big, and they started doing it as a hobby, and now they're living the dream. So this is amazing. So
and you're an AC/DC fan, aren't you? Because you're in a cover band called Big Balls.
I play in a tribute band called Big Balls. Yeah, when I was young, like I listened to Let There Be Rock and High Voltage. I was really into AC/DC, and but I'm not only an AC/DC fan. You know, my mind is really open when it comes to music. I also listen to country music, or one day it's Arch Enemy and Pantera and Slayer, and the next day it's Pink Floyd and Pink and whatever. So I'm really open-minded when it comes to music. So right now I'm listening to Aerosmith and Iron Maiden. So
wow,
and
okay.
The next day I'm going to Biffy Clyro or Papa Roach. So this is like, yeah.
It's quite an eclectic selection of music that you listen to. Then, do you find that influences what you write?
I'm not sure if it really influences you, but it gives you some ideas. Maybe like to arrange a song different than before, or to listen to how they're working, how do everything fit together. This is more at the point, but I'm not saying like, oh, that's a nice riff. Maybe I should take this riff and change it a little bit. It's more like, how do they build up like Pink Floyd? How do they build up like energy or atmosphere? And like, how long is the break there? When you listen to the guitar solo of Another Brick in the Wall, it's really a nice solo, and there's a lot of no guitar playing in a solo, and it's like for 4 seconds you don't hear any guitar. And this is like building up the tension and so, and this is like really that goes on, that's nice. Maybe I should do it the next time before I play 100 million notes in a ballad solo. So, like always trying to check out things and so, but not really influences you when it comes to writing songs.
So what has influenced you to, well, let's put it this way. How did your journey playing guitar start?
Judas Priest.
Right.
There was a show in Karlsruhe, which is like 80 kilometers away from my hometown. And I think it was November or December in 1981. And this was the point of entry tour. And Judas Priest was playing and supported by Accept and Def Leppard.
Wow. And
I still have the entry card and the entrance card. And it was like 20 Deutschmarks, which is 10 euro right now. Normally, it's way more expensive right now. And,
just a tad, yeah.
Yeah, I was standing second row, and I was a huge Judas Priest fan. And I was standing second row, and then Glenn Tipton gave me 5. Wow. And then I said, I would love to do that once in my life. And then a couple of days later, 2 guys from my school, they went into a music store, and one guy, he bought a bass, and the other one bought a guitar. And I go, what are you doing there? I said, we are forming a group. We want to be rock stars. And so I went to my parents and I really begged on my knees to buy me a guitar. And they bought me a guitar and they said like, hey, but Tom, if this guitar will be in the corner in the next 3 months, we will be really angry with you. Mm-hmm. And after 3 months, they're going like, hey, Tom, can you please put this guitar aside for a moment? Yeah. And I was really lucky because I grew up in a small town with like 10 or 50,000 people.
Wow. Okay.
And we got a great, I was playing in the local soccer club, and there were 2 other guys and they also played guitar. And so we were friends. And so we met each other every week. And then this guy showed me this, I showed him that. And so we improved in playing and we formed groups and all that stuff. And so that is how it developed. And it was real fun to even in the summertime, they went in the pool party or garden party every fucking night, and I stayed at home and I practiced.
Right.
And it was really fun for me, and it was so great to start. Oh, I can play this solo, I can play this song, and then I got my first band after, I don't know, maybe 1 year of playing, and I did my first 2 shows, and that's how it all started. And now I turned a hobby into a living. And,
I was just going to say, how does it feel like to actually be doing this as a living now? I mean, this is your source of income. I mean, it must be unbelievable.
It's unbelievable, especially when okay, it's not always a nice life. Sometimes it can be really tough, especially now in this period of the virus. But I'm still giving guitar lessons, so my income is safe, and I really live a good life, so to say. But I never expected to do European tours or to play in Sao Paulo or to stand in front of the Opera House in Sydney and play a show and getting paid for it, or to go to Tokyo or so. It's just like, this is like unreal. Like playing New York, Vancouver. I've seen the world, been there, done that, bought a shirt. I'm really fine, and I never expected it. When you start, you dream of playing Tokyo and whatever, but in the end, you're happy when you can play your local pub twice a year.
Right.
And now we're doing huge tours like America for 5 weeks, and in South America we fly to festivals in the summertime, and it's really exhausting sometimes, but it's also a hell of a fun. But to hang around with all the guys from the band, that's so much fun because we know each other for so long, and that's really, really good. And it also keeps you really, really young.
Right. I was going to ask you about being stage fit. It's one of the questions that I do ask a lot of people that I chat to, artists. Is there such a thing as being stage fit?
I don't know how many shows I already played in my life, but I was drunk 3 times, I guess. And 2 were not on purpose. Yeah. So it was like by accident. So I'm sorry for that. But it was funny to tell. But normally I used to drink maybe 1 or 2 beers before the show, because I think that the people, they paid a lot of money to see our show. And I don't think that they want to see a drunken guy from Germany falling over and playing shitty stuff. Yeah. So I think it's okay having a ball on stage with the other guys, playing good music, enjoying the time you're on stage. And when we're on stage, we have a couple of beers or we have a red wine, but we're not really drunk. So it's all really good. But when the show is over, we like to hang out and have a couple of beers in the nightline or at the hotel bar. Then sometimes it can occur that one guy or the other goes to bed slightly drunk. But when there will be a show on the next day, we'll be fit again, and we give 110% of blood, sweat, and tears and everything, because we love to be on stage and we are here for our fans.
What is the funniest thing that has happened on stage?
There are a lot of funny things.
Okay, try say one of them. One of them that really sticks out. That's absolutely hilarious.
I think we played a show in America. I can't remember the place, but it was nicely packed, and all of a sudden there was this strange smell on stage. So I think that someone in the first or second row farted. And this fart was so fucking bad that we had to stop playing.
Oh no.
Rob was like, hey man, stop this farting. We have to work over here. That's so hilarious.
No, you sure it wasn't one of the roadies on the side stage or something?
No, it wasn't, because it was like, Neil, what the fuck are you doing? He was like, wasn't me. Yeah, but it was really funny. Yeah.
You actually had to stop playing.
We stopped playing because we could not play because it was the smell was so,
God,
unbelievable. So, yeah, but hey, this is like, so if you ask me about 30 years of professional music life and touring,
that's the one that stands out.
Was the parking guy in the first row somewhere in America.
Oh, that is absolutely hilarious. Disgusting, but hilarious. I mean, that's funny.
So how is the metal scene in South Africa?
The metal scene in South Africa is, look, I'll put it this way. For the past, I would say 6 months to a year, I've gone through a metal journey. I'm a metal fan through and through, but I'm old school metal fan. So maybe that's why I've missed out on so much, but I'm discovering bands that have been around for like 10, 13 years that are just absolutely ridiculous, or even upcoming bands that I had no idea that these bands existed. And the metal scene throughout South Africa is absolutely off the charts. And that was one of the reasons why I was asking right in the beginning if Primal Fear would ever come to South Africa to tour, do a couple of dates, because there are so many bands that I can think of that would be so perfect to open for you guys. It's just madness, absolute madness. The scene, you would love it. The scene, there are lots of clubs, a couple of hundred people, and it's intimate, and the fans are rabid for international bands to come out.
Are there a lot of international bands coming to South Africa?
Not really, not a lot. So there's a lot of smaller bands that come out, not big bands. Metallica have been a couple of times. Guns N' Roses have been. We're dying for AC/DC to come, but whether or not they will on this tour, I don't know. Judas Priest were meant to come out, and unfortunately they had to cancel.
Okay.
You should definitely speak to your promoter and get them in touch with our promoters here and this side of the world, because particularly with the launch of Metal Commando, the new album, I think it would be the perfect time.
It would be great.
Now, I just wanted to ask one last question, because I know we're very time limited here. Last question, for all the guitar purists out there, they're going to want to know what you play on and what your rig setup is.
So normally I used to play Engel Savage amps, but then I also play with Alex and Matt in a thing called Rock Meets Classic. I'm not sure if you ever heard about this.
I haven't, no.
It's like a rock band. So we have a drummer, Matt is the bass player, with a piano player, keyboard player. We have Alex and me on guitar. Then we have a choir, 3 girls and 1 guy.
Wow.
And then we have an orchestra, like a 40 or 60 piece orchestra.
Wow.
And then we invite famous singer or band guys. Like this year we had Alice Cooper with us, and Robin Zander of Cheap Trick, and Robert Hart from Manfred Mann, and we next year we will have Dee Snider of Twisted Sister.
Oh,
and
fantastic. Jeez.
Tempest of Europe. And then we are going to play their songs in a classical way. We are a rock band, but we have also the orchestral and the classical side.
Is this something that's going to be like a tour thing, or is it just be for recording and video and stuff?
We are touring in Germany.
Right. Okay.
It's like 14, 15 shows in Germany, and it's pure fun. Like you stand on, last year was Ian Gillan. So you're on stage, you're an old guy, and then next to you is Ian Gillan. He looks at you and he shouts at you.
That sounds fantastic. Wow.
This is fun. This is pure fun. So that's why I skipped 2016. I skipped to Camper, because I needed a lot of different sounds on Rock Meets Classic. And I'm really happy with the camera right now, because it really sounds awesome, and it's really light. It's like 5 kilo, and the angle is like 26 kilo.
Wow.
And so I'm really happy. And when we do festivals, I only use a USB stick. And if there's a camera provided, so I just put in the USB stick, and so I can make, I restore my sounds there. So it's really easy, and even with Primal Fear, I play camper right now, and I profiled my own amp, and so everything is fine. And
technology, eh?
Yeah, and I use Engel speaker, and I got a lot of different guitars. Right now, I'm endorsed by a German label called Mybach.
Okay.
And I used to play, or I still play Gibson guitars, Les Pauls. And that's mainly my guitars, Mybach and Les Pauls.
Okay.
If you play with Rock Meets Classic, I still have a Gretsch, I have Fender, I have Telecaster, I've got everything. But normally, when we play with Primal Fear, there are only Les Pauls on stage.
Right. Okay. Well, Tom, I'd like to thank you for taking the time out to chat to me.
Yeah, it was great talking to you.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you very much. I'm a fan. That's what I am. I'm a fan. Metal Commando is coming out. Is it the 24th, 26th of July?
24th.
24th of July. Okay, it's going to be on all digital platforms, and I'll put all the links in the description below to this conversation, so people can click on all the links and find out about Primal Fear, Nuclear Blast, and your website and social links and everything like that. So, Tom, thank you so much for taking the time out to chat to me. It's a bit of a star moment for me to chat to somebody so established in the business. And from what I've heard so far from Metal Commando, it's absolutely blistering. Apocalypse was absolutely incredible. So I'm looking forward to hearing the rest of Metal Commando and all the other singles that you're going to be releasing.
Okay.
Awesome,
I really
Tom.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you very much. Take care, and maybe we will meet each other somewhere, somehow. And
absolutely.
Have a cold, nice beer together.
Absolutely. I'll look forward to that day, Tom.
Yeah, take care, man.
Cheers. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.